Sackwell, you're standing as a Green candidate in Harlow. How has this come about?
It's primarily, I think that Harlow needs some opposition. The real feeling that we have is that the main parties, we want to call them that, including UKIP, are following very, very similar policies. The whole sort of idea, the neoliberalism, I think, is what it's called. And we challenge that, the idea that a profit can be made from absolutely everything. A profit's being made from schools, profits being made from health and so on. And we're not anti-business, but we feel very much that there are certain areas of people's lives where people should come before profits. And so a key difference with the Green Party is that whole concept that we stand for people as opposed to profit. It sounds a little bit corny, but I think that's a cornerstone of what we're doing, which is very different to the Conservatives and to Labour, to the Lib Dems and even UKIP, who primarily UKIP's views are right-wing Tory views, and so we're saying, if you're going to have a vote that's against the establishment, which I think is obviously the sort of vote that we're looking for, that shouldn't be going to UKIP, it should be going to Green, because Green are the party that are offering something different.
And you mentioned Green. We're standing here in Church Langley. About 30 years ago, we would have been standing in a field.
Yeah.
But many people in Harlow are concerned that the fields near where they live are going to become housing. So these issues, for example, like that, is that an issue that the Green Party are concerned?
They're hugest. I mean, obviously, one of the main things for the Green Party are environmental issues. It's very important, though, when speaking on behalf of the Greens, that we're emphasising the fact that we're not a one-issue party. And I think one of the areas where the Green Party sometimes can be done down are that people make the assumption that it's only about the environment. The environment is hugely important to us. The planet's hugely important to us. In Harlow itself, the dwindling green spaces need to be protected. And so, vitally important. And that's not to say that we're against development, but development that is done with the environment in mind is hugely important in Harlow and across the country, and in fact to the whole planet.
So you're saying, we're now 6 months and 2 days away from the general election.
Yeah.
So saying between now and May, we can come and interview you on a whole range of subjects.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm happy to talk about absolutely anything.
That's great. What do you gauge? Sorry, firstly, the question is how you use an innovative way of actually raising funds, don't you, to actually stand? Yes,
I mean, again, another issue that the Greens have, in common with some smaller parties, is a lack of funds. And we haven't got a lot of large businesses or trade unions that are backing us. And there is actually an increase in trade union support, to be fair, but there isn't a huge amount of money. And so when I put myself forward to be a possible candidate in Harlow, which I'm delighted I'm now being selected as, the issue of money came up. And so I have a number of people that I'm in touch with through social media, such as Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest, and all those sorts of groups, and so set about using Fundraiser, which is an organisation that helps people put money in through PayPal, which will then raise the £500 to stand, with the agreement that if the amount wasn't raised, and it's looking as if it will be, I think up to £450 now, that people that had paid in will get their money back. Equally, in the election, obviously I'm fighting it to win, but at the very least I would want to not lose my deposit, and should we get the deposit back, which I'm sure we will, then again people will be able to claim their money back as well. So it's a way of supporting the party and supporting a candidate for a party that hasn't got much money.
And finally, I see Robert Halfon and his team, I see Susie Stride and her team, and UKIP and their team. Do you have a team?
As yet we're building. At the moment it's primarily myself. We've got a few members in Harlow, but there isn't a large team as yet. We are hoping to build a team. A lot of young people are keen in helping and supporting, and I believe the Young Greens are the fastest growing sort of part of a party in the country, full stop. Thousands of people are joining up as Young Greens. So I'm hoping there are a number of Young Greens in Harlow that we can work on that. But also I'm aiming to make a huge amount of use of social media to publicise green policies, especially green policies for Harlow. That's where I'm aiming, again, for environmental reasons, not to have lots and lots of pieces of paper shoved through people's letterboxes, which end up maybe being briefly looked at and put in the bin. I'm going to make maximum use of online technology to get the message across to people.
But you're looking forward to the next 6 months.
Absolutely, really looking forward to it. I think we can make a big difference.
Very